All right, so welcome to We'll Decide Wednesday. This is a special feature of the Do Better podcast, and I am Dr. Megan Miller, usually joined by Joe Smith, but I don't see him today, so hopefully everything's okay. I already spun the wheel, and I forgot to record, so we know that our topic for today is favorite safer at home snack. Now, this is one that I know everyone has to have while we're all dealing with COVID-19 and starting to get back to somewhat of a normal routine, but obviously much different than before COVID-19. So I know lots of us have been snacking during this time. Please feel free to share on our live feed what your favorite COVID-19 or safer at home snack is. And I will go ahead and start the timer on my end. Just talk for 2 minutes and 30 seconds about my favorite safer at home snack. So hopefully some of you will share your snacks as well. I'd love to see what other people are having. So I'm sure for those of you who have watched some of our discussions around COVID with trying to get back to being healthy, you've seen this, but when everything first started, I just went like crazy over buying all of the things that I possibly could with the online grocery shopping. Like, stuff I would normally buy was kind of limited, so I just used it as an excuse to buy whatever I wanted. So I really enjoyed having Doritos, which I don't usually have. I bought chips like Ruffles chips and the French onion dip, Cheetos Puffs, which was something I'd never had, but I saw and I was like, well, those are probably good. Those were amazing. So all sorts of different things that we sort of indulged on for the first like month or so. The soft batch chocolate chip cookies, I hadn't had those in years. I got those a few times. So very, very good stuff. Consistently, my favorite snack though has been the nachos. I probably have nachos like at least once a week. Sometimes I might go a week without having nachos, but I like to make nachos for my snack. And usually, sometimes it's just, plain old tortilla chips and shredded cheese. And then sometimes if we've had tacos that week, I'll have like black olives and green onions and some taco meat and some refried beans. And those are obviously very good as well. So that's definitely been one of my favorites to have. Casey says edamame is her all-time fave. I really do like edamame too, but I haven't been snacking on that. Maybe that's something I should add to my snacking list. I also really enjoy chocolate, but a lot of the things that I'm snacking on currently were not safer at home snacks. It's stuff that I would normally have anyway. So I can't really count that as a safer at home snack. As I've been trying to get back to being healthier, I'm trying to cut back on the nachos. So I've been going back to just like my traditional snacks. I don't really have any ones still that are part of safer at home. So that's about my time. I see that Joshua joined us as well, and we have a few other people watching. So does anyone else have any favorite snacks that they would like to share that they have been indulging in during safer at home? Casey, if you're still on, I'd love to know what you do for your edamame. Do you just steam it or do you do something special with it? I used to hey Joshua, I used to cook it, but then like saute it in a pan with some soy sauce and like garlic and some fresh like sea salt. That's my favorite way to eat edamame, but I haven't made it in a really long time. We do that with a lot of vegetables. We've got a Ninja air fryer mix, does all sorts of things. And we've been doing a lot with like broccoli and Brussels sprouts and green beans. It's super easy. You just toss it in there with some olive oil and some garlic and it tastes really good. So, oh good. Casey said that's exactly how she likes it, what I described for the edamame. Joshua, do you have a favorite snack that you've been indulging in for COVID? Oh, and I also like to put sesame seeds on stuff. I'm not really sure why. So sometimes I'll do the edamame with sesame seeds. The black ones are really good. But any type of sesame seeds, I don't know, that extra little crunch, I'm not really sure. Joshua says, we've got a crazy amount of New Zealand spinach growing at the moment, and it's fahoya season. I don't know what fahoya is. Hopefully I said that right too. I don't even know if I said it right. Oh, and yes, you're locked down because you all took Joshua is in New Zealand, in case you missed me say that the first time. And he said that their lockdown is pretty much finished though. So, but that's because they took very decisive, organized measures to begin with. And I think New Zealand's population isn't as large as a lot of other places. So that makes it a little bit easier to control things, I would imagine. But okay, so Fijoa, still don't know if I'm saying that right, is like a guava fruit, apparently. I don't think I've ever had that, but it sounds good. Do they have, when I was in Indonesia, they had snake skin fruit, and that was amazing. Do they have that in New Zealand? Oh yeah. And Joshua pointed out that New Zealand also has very clear borders because it's an island, which makes a lot of sense. Have you ever had snakeskin fruit, Joshua? Or anybody else watching? If you ever see it, it looks like snakeskin and you peel it. It's kind of shaped like garlic almost, and it's so good. It's really, really yummy. I miss having it. I've never seen it here. Um, Joshua said he's never had snakeskin fruit and they have no snakes in New Zealand. So, well, I'll have to share a link to what it is in the comments because it's really good and you should keep an eye out for it. Well, hello there. Joe finally decided to join us.
I am so sorry. I was, you know what's funny, Megan, is that you can, like being working from home, you can be on a call and completely lose track of time. I'm so
I thought
sorry.
maybe you forgot it was Wednesday because of Memorial Day this week. And I was like, well, I'll just do it on my own then. We,
No, so what happened is like, when you're working like as a teacher and then also BSBA and you still have reports to do. And I was going through and I was actually collecting data on an FBA that I'm doing for a student. And the parent and I just drifted off into a deep conversation and it was a great bonding experience. But at the same time, I looked at my watch. I was like, uh-oh, I gotta go.
well, thanks for joining us.
No,
So I spun the wheel and our topic was favorite safer at home snack. And I already talked about mine. It was nachos. So do you want to talk about yours?
yeah. So let me set a timer.
Okay. While you're getting that set up, Joshua, I just put a link in the comments. It's actually called salak or something like that. I don't know why we just always called it snakeskin fruit. I mean, I do know why, because it looks like snakeskin, but the official name is salak. And it might just be in Indonesia, but it's amazing if you ever see it. It's really good. And the reason
What?
I brought that up was because Joshua was talking about feijoa, which is
Okay.
like a guava fruit in New Zealand, and I've never had that either. So,
Wow. I snakeskin fruit? I have
really
never heard
yummy.
of that.
Yeah, I don't know if
Oh,
you might only be able to get it in Indonesia. I'm not really sure.
unless I can get it on Amazon. Well,
That's true. You could try.
all right, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
starting now. All right. So so since Megan and I have this bet, which I'm sure I'm gonna win anyways, because there's no way I'm wearing Ohio State jersey stuff. Sorry. Sorry to my cousin who's, Ohio State, fanatic as well, but there's no way. One of my favorite snacks I've been eating lately is protein cereal. Okay, so if you, it's exactly how it sounds. It's protein and cereal. So but it can't be any type of cereal, okay? Because cereal has a bunch of different sugars that are just added to it, and a whole bunch of other ingredients that's not healthy for you. So one of the things I like to do for protein cereal is I like to have whole grain Cheerios, and I measure out. I measure out a cup of whole grain cereal. I mean, a whole grain Cheerios, put it in a cup, and then I take about 17 grams of protein powder. I like to use my Muscle Farm vanilla flavored protein powder. Put in a cup, and then I also add about a full cup of not a full cup, 6 ounces of unsweetened vanilla almond milk to put it to mix in with my protein powder. I mix it up, and then I put it in with the Cheerios. And then if I really want to get crafty, I will add a scoop of PB2. And if you have never tried PB2, you need to try it. What it is powdered protein. Powdered peanut butter, and it's the best stuff in the world because you're getting peanut butter, and they even have chocolate peanut butter flavor powder, which is phenomenal. So now you're getting not only the protein, a cereal fix, you're also getting your chocolate and peanut butter fix without having a bunch of calories added to your diet. And my time is up. That was perfect.
You went into like way more detail on your snacks than I did, but that's awesome. I've seen the PB2 stuff. I haven't ever tried it, but that sounds like something I might have to look into. So
yeah, it's great stuff. Like I love adding it to stuff that requires that you can add peanut butter to make it tastier, and to also get that, that kind of sweet tooth kick.
Awesome. All right. Well, I already told everyone when we first started, but please drop some ideas in the comments for topics we can add to our wheel, because we're running out of topics and we need some. It can be anything. It can be related to behavior analysis. It can be funny. It can be a life. It could be philosophical, like anything you want Joe and I to just ramble about for 2.5 minutes each. Nothing's off limits as long as it's, G-rated in that sense, like it could be on the internet.
I would say G to PG rated.
Nothing like, deep, dark secret related.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not into the deep, dark secret on podcast type person. So.
Corinne just joined us. Corinne, we were talking about favorite safer at home snacks. Do you have one that you want to share with us? See if she's listening. I don't see her typing anything. So, all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and close out for today. I hope that everyone enjoyed our discussion about snacks and you're not all like super hungry right now. And we will see you next Wednesday at 6 o'clock, Joe, for We'll Decide Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.